Time for Giving Matters.
And good morning, everybody. This is Joe Allen, and I welcome you to Giving Matters on a cloudy Monday morning. Maybe cloudy outside, but it's upbeat, bright, and warm in the wonderful studios of WRCR. Giving Matters, once a month, your show to talk about philanthropy and activities related to philanthropy. You know, we've spoken many times since this show began about the many different faces of philanthropy in Rockland County. It exists on the faces of individuals who are our donors, and most of the donations to nonprofits in Rockland are by individuals, but it's also by corporations and other entities. The government kicks in as well quite a bit. But then there are the faces of philanthropy that are a little bit out of the box that you might not look at and see as philanthropic at the first look. And I'm extremely proud today to have an organization on the show with me that is one of the most philanthropic organizations we have in Rockland, but you might not think so if you don't know them. I am proud to present Charlie Mauchart, the president of the Nam Knights Motorcycle Club of Hudson Valley, and Mike Greco, the vice president of the club. And guys, welcome to Giving Matters. Thanks for being here.
Thanks
Joe. You know, the Nam Knights, I'm going to let you tell it, but the Nam Knights are a little bit of an enigma in that at first glance you don't realize how philanthropic an organization you've been for quite a long time. So let me ask you, tell me what are the Nam Knights?
The Nam Knights is a motorcycle club that was actually established, will be 25 years ago. With the parent chapter. We're based out of Carlstadt, New Jersey. Our chapter here in Rockland County, we started in 1998. And I have been the president of the chapter since 2000. And since then, we've grown in numbers. We've
Numbers of members?
Of members, yes. Right now, we have about 28 members in our chapter. And each and every one of them was a hand-picked individual that we have. With everything in mind that we do as a non-for-profit organization and a motorcycle club. That's what makes it a little bit different, because when you see us on our motorcycles, you would never guess that we've donated over $100,000 to the community. We've raised tons of food. You've seen us out in front of ShopRite in Pearl River, where we beg for food. We fill the van and we fill that jug so we can give all that money to the people to people and help the ones that are hungry, just like that fundraiser we were at last night, you know. So, I mean, we do a lot in the county. It's just...
Mike, how about you?
Yeah, let me just add to that, Joe. The Hudson Valley chapter is one chapter of 58 Nam Knight chapters, which we're located from Canada to Florida, 58 chapters. And like Charlie said, we are, as the Nam Knights Motorcycle Club, are celebrating our 25th anniversary as a club. Hudson Valley chapter, we're pretty well known throughout our chapter, obviously within our community. We like to think that we have really stepped it up with giving back to the community, with remembering our military veterans and our law enforcement officers who have given the ultimate sacrifice, but in addition to that, also supporting their families if the need is there. And not to mention supporting and assisting members in our own community, be it if they have no association with military veterans or law enforcement officers, but the fact that they are in need, and the Nam Knights are there for them also.
Who are the members of the Nam Knights? The name says Nam Knights, but I'm gathering it doesn't only have to be veterans of that conflict.
All right, what we have military veterans, we have law enforcement personnel, and we have a few which we call patriots, which are neither. The numbers have to be right. We have to have so many military and so many law enforcement in the club before we can let a patriot in. So I think we only have like 5 patriots. The rest are basically military or law enforcement personnel.
Can you tell me again how many chapters around the country there are?
58. We're going to 58, yeah.
And it began with one chapter.
One chapter based out of, we're based out of Carlstadt, New Jersey. That's where the parent chapter is.
And the Mid-Hudson is located in Rockland. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Correct. And just one other thing to add. One time a year, all of our chapters do get together, Joe, in Washington, D.C. On Memorial Day weekend. We get together. It's a weekend called Rolling Thunder, which is a POW MIA awareness weekend in Washington, D.C. The NAM Nights take that opportunity for all of our 58 chapters to get together the one time a year. And when we do get there, we take the opportunity to, we have an escorted ride to the Vietnam Wall where we lay a wreath there, have a brief ceremony, and then we have an escorted ride to the law enforcement wall and do the same in remembering our military and law enforcement heroes who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. We just got back from Washington, D.C. A couple of weeks ago, and we were informed down there that the total number of NAM Nights within the 58 chapters has now gone over 1,000 members from Canada to Florida. And we're very proud of that fact.
As well you should. Let me get right back into this philanthropy concept here. You guys are so visible, and you're such a force for good when people see you coming. Tell me how this philanthropy stuff developed for the club.
It's actually something when we were in the very beginning, when the parent chapter, when we were just informing how to build the chapter up. But when we came up here to Rockland, we started a chapter of community, because all of us here in Rockland live in Rockland. Some, like myself, I'm born and raised in Rockland. Most of the guys that are here, everybody lives here, or either works here, and we just know a ton of people and everything that's going on. As far as, we see people, we see families with children with cancer. Everybody's affected by someone that knows someone's family or not, and we decided that when we do our main fundraiser every year in September, we gather that money up and we try to help those families in a financial way, because that's basically what everybody really needs. The flowers and the food and all of that stuff is nice, but when it all comes to the bottom line is we need to pay the bills. We need to help those people, and that's what we do with that money. All of our money that we get in through our fundraisers and stuff, and it gets distributed out. There are no paid people in the NAM Nights or anything. So all of the money we gather goes right back into the community.
You're a 501c3, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And it kind of goes back to day one with the NAM Nights, Joe. 25 years ago, our founder, Jack Quigley, who was an in-country Vietnam vet, he came back. He was also in law enforcement. And to continue the camaraderie that he had with his brother veterans in Vietnam, who also happened to be Harley-Davidson enthusiasts, they came up with the concept to begin a club to continue that camaraderie. But part of the concept was the mission to give back also. And it started way back in those days, and it really has mushroomed to like I said, our 58 chapters. And the Hudson Valley chapter is it's almost in our DNA. To be a part of giving back within our community when we see the need. And as was so well said by our founder, Jack Quigley, once before, by helping others, we are helping ourselves, and we truly believe that. And we feel that it's our responsibility to do that, because we are in positions and have those opportunities where we can help those who truly need a helping hand.
Yeah, but it's not just the annual fundraiser, which I see you guys at every year, of course, but it's all during the year where you're participating in projects that help someone. I know you do a signature event in April for Make-A-Wish, and you're involved in the Polar Plunge, and you're involved. It almost seems wherever there's an event going on that's really a grassroots kind of event, down boots on the ground, if you will, you guys are involved in that.
How about 91 events last year?
91 events? Well, there you go. That's one every 4 days.
91 documented events, and that doesn't include when we do get letters where there's a situation, a family's in need, maybe there's a child who has some kind of a health issue, and insurance doesn't cover the prescriptions, if you will, or the medication and such, and from time to time that's just a small example of things that are brought to our attention, and that 91 documented events that we supported doesn't include many of those type requests also.
Do you guys ever feel like you're forgetting you're a motorcycle club and instead of being a philanthropic arm of...
I came up in my truck today. It was good. No,
we talk about that all the time.
Absolutely.
Our guests today are Charlie Marchard and Mike Greco from the Nom Knights. If you'd like to join the conversation, our number is 362-0013. We'd be more than happy to bring you in and let you talk to these terrific guys. Let me ask you a question about what happens, especially with kids, when you show up.
Boy, they light up.
Yeah.
These children light up.
Yeah, they do. When they see the motorcycles pulling up, they really get excited. And
yeah, it makes there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of action.
Yep.
I think we have a caller who wants to join in. Are you there, caller?
Yes, I am. Good morning, Joe, Mike, and Charlie. I just wanted to say thank you to the Nom Knights for what they do in the community.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And also, I was just wondering, what events do you actually have, like motorcycle runs, and do you also join other groups like the Blue Knights?
Yes, we do. We support a variety of different runs, depending on what the cause is, and we have supported the Blue Knights and the Red Knights, and there's a number of motorcycle organizations, but just not motorcycle organizations. It's you'll see us ride into car shows. You'll see us ride into different community events that we feel are important. We participate in any gamut of events if we do feel it is that important.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the call.
Bye.
I was wondering, excuse me, I was wondering if you can tell the audience about what happens when the Nom Knights come to the Wish House in Westchester. That you're very much involved with Wish Kids, and your spaghetti dinner in April is perfect for that. And then you go at times to the Wish House. What do you see when you get there?
Well,
it's amazing. The Wish House is something that you just can't imagine that when you get there, what we're part of doing and raising the money and sending these kids on their trips, and it's just truly amazing.
We've aligned with Make-A-Wish of the Hudson Valley, and a wonderful, wonderful man, the president and CEO, Tom Conklin, over there out of Tarrytown. We've been granting wishes for the last 9 years now. So our next one, we're going into our 10th year where we've collaborated with Make-A-Wish. And like Charlie says, just these children are incredible. They're the real heroes. These children, day in and day out, where they have to continue to persevere with the different issues that they're dealing with, they're an inspiration to us. And like I said earlier, by helping them, we're helping ourselves. Let me just add that we just, as you know, Joe, last month we did a spaghetti dinner for Make-A-Wish. And we went over to the Wish House about a week after that, and they have a new tradition where once the wish is granted, they put a star on the wall at the Wish House, which documents that particular wish that was granted. And so we were kind of setting that up, and it was brought to our attention that one of the Wish children who has attended our spaghetti dinner the last few years wants to absolutely be a part of that ceremony, if you will, in hanging that star at the Wish House, because he believes that he is truly a brother of the Nam Knights.
That's wonderful. Yep. All right, we've got another caller. Come on in, caller.
Hey, Charlie and Mike. It's Barbara from the Penguin Plunge. I wanted to thank you guys. I can't even thank Nam Knights enough for everything they've done for the Penguin Plunge. I mean, we're a small group, and you've been there from the very beginning, so we appreciate that. And actually now it's just going through a bunch of T-shirts, putting them away from so many community-related events in the county. And I'm just looking at the back, and just on every one of them, the Nam Knights has made their presence. So having just been in the Have a Straw walk the other day, yesterday actually, again, it's just amazing what you guys do. And for me personally, I just want to just thank you so much for helping me step up my game. I mean, whenever, I think that, what can you do to help other people? I just look at what you guys do, and it helps me, take that extra step. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Let me echo what Barbara said, and thank you for the call, Barbara. You're regular guys, by every sense of the word. You're regular guys. You live life the way all of us in Rockland County do. You see things. You have families. You're the same as every other part of the fabric of Rockland, and yet incorporated into who you are as people is what you can do for others, and that comes back time and time and time again. And you're so willing to talk about that. I've not heard you talk about the various aspects of your bikes. I don't know what kind of bike you have, Mike, nor do I know what kind of bike you have, Charlie. But I know it's in your heart for other people. And as Barbara said, people show up and you show up. And 91 Events says that.
Make no mistake about it, Joe. We love our Harleys.
Yeah.
and it's right in our bylaws to have an American-made bike. The majority of our members have Harley-Davidson bikes and motorcycles. And, we get pulled left and right. And sometimes we think that we aren't spending enough time on our bikes. But then when you get a request to support a need of similar to what we're discussing today, how can you say no? And we try to incorporate the motorcycle by riding in. We are a motorcycle club, and we never want to forget that either.
How do you think people see you when they don't know you?
Basically, I think we're just another motorcycle club. Unless they see and know the word Nam Knights, that the patch that we wear on our backs, it's hard to make that distinctive difference. That incident that happened in New York City, trust me, it blends all motorcycles in, even though we have nothing to do with that, and we're not that way at all. It's completely different. They think motorcycles and motorcycle clubs and whatever. We're not tough guys at all. We're community people. We live here, we work here, and we raise the money and we give it back to the community.
Although your founder, Jack Quigley, said it great. He said, "We're not tough guys. Maybe we used to be tough guys, but now
not anymore.
Not anymore."
Right.
It's dormant.
We're sitting here in the terrific studios here that are located at Provident Bank Park, and the Nam Knights have been a partner of the Rockland Boulders for a number of years now. And in fact, this month, on the 27th of June, is an event that will take place here at the ballpark that you guys, the Boulders and Active International, are a big part of. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a great event that we've been doing the last couple of years. It's Military Veterans Appreciation Night, and it is this Friday, June 27th at Provident Bank Park, where we will be honoring all active, retired, disabled veterans. If you're a veteran, we're honoring you that night, as we should 365 days a year. But this is a special night at the ballpark where the first 1,500 fans will receive a Boulders camouflage cap. Our pre-game ceremony is all about veterans.
That's the part that I think most of the people, my grandsons and daughters, they like when we do the opening ceremonies. We bring the motorcycles out onto the field. We bring the POW flag out, and the whole ceremonial thing is done, and the honor guard is out there. The first pitch is thrown. It is such a great evening to be here.
It's a very inspirational night.
It really is.
What's the reaction to people to the Nam Nights doing this night?
It goes over very well. I have one very vivid image where we do have reps from representatives, veterans, World War II vets who are here. And we have Korean War vets from all different eras. I had this one vivid memory at the conclusion, I think it was 2 years ago, at the conclusion of the pregame ceremonies, and we were riding our bikes off, and there was a World War II vet that had just thrown out the first pitch, and he was standing off to the in front of the dugout, and as all the motorcycles were riding by, we were saluting him as he was saluting us back. That is so vivid, and it still makes my hair stand on end when I just think of the respect that these veterans, especially the greatest generation, when these guys come back, it was so much different back then, and they're still giving, and they're saluting us. It's just it's awesome when you see that happen.
One of the chilling moments took place in the bottom of in the seventh inning last year, and I'm looking forward to it again, because there's nothing that I enjoy more than making my hair stand on end on my arm. But when you saluted, when all veterans stood up, and the entire Provident Bank Park stood in applause for them.
Yeah, not only that, both teams, the ball players come out of their dugouts and they face the stands, facing the veterans and saluting our vets, all generations.
Well, it's a terrific night, and I urge everybody to be part of that. And it's the 27th of June.
Correct.
And get tickets the same way you ordinarily get, and people who come into the park on the early side will get some of the hats, the great camouflage hats with the Boulder B on it. That'll be great.
And let me just add, Joe, that we will be collecting supplies at the door that will be sent to our troops. Supplies such as beef and bacon jerky and tuna. There's a whole list of things, and I think by now most people know the type of supplies that we're looking for to send over there to our troops who are still over there, and we can't forget them. And we will be collecting these supplies that night, and the fireworks that evening also will be honoring our troops.
Yeah, that's a very big thing that you brought up, and I'm going to take a call right after. But the idea that we think, or some of us think, that if they're serving, they've got everything they need. But the truth is, there's a tremendous need for a whole realm of items or products, and that night you guys will be collecting for that. And they'll be sent over. We have a couple of calls, so let's take them in order. First caller, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'd like to say something about the Nam Nights that these two gentlemen seem to be forgetting to mention. Each and every member of the Hudson Valley chapter in some way or another puts their all into serving the community. But the two guys in your studio right now that are president and vice president of the Hudson Valley chapter, and we honestly wouldn't be able to do all of it without their guidance and without their leadership. And I wanted to thank them.
I'm sure they thank you. You should see little smiles on their face right now as they say that. Great. I appreciate the call-in. Let's take the second caller. Welcome.
Hi, I'd like to chime in. My name is Anna, and I'm known in Rockland County as the Coupon Queen. And I hear you talking about the troops and the veterans, and I just wanted to say that I've donated to the troops, to the veterans, all kinds of food. In other words, that I shop with coupons, and all the food goes to the poor and stuff. And I'm just getting ready right now to donate to Steve's Church, St. Peter's Church. I'm making a donation of all kinds of foods and non-foods. And it's just something that I enjoy doing. I shop with coupons, and I get the stuff for a few cents, and I end up donating it. I don't know if you've ever heard about me. I'm known in Rockland County as the Coupon Queen.
Well, that's wonderful. We have heard about you, and they appreciate it, and I appreciate it, and on behalf of the community.
West Nyack Post Office comes with their trucks, and they load it up and stuff, and my living room right now is getting set up. I have shampoos, soups, all kinds of deodorants, and all kinds of food that, as far as I know, is going to St. Peter's Church.
Well,
and it's just fun for me to do.
Good. Well,
I enjoy helping people.
I hope you keep having fun. If it helps the community like that, then we encourage your fun.
If you could help me someday when there's bargains out there, maybe you guys could come shopping with me, and I'll line you up. And because I've been asked to leave, one of the stores have asked me to leave, but right now they have been working better with me.
Right.
It's just fun for me to do.
Well, that's great, and I thank you for the call, Coupon Lady. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye. You know, by way of transparency, I'm actually the president of the board of People to People, and your chapter has been an incredible ally in the fight to feed the hungry. You mentioned before, as part of your discussion of what the Nom Nights do, the collection of food, but I want to tell you that it's a very special food collection when the Nom Nights do it. For one, you're so pleasant to people when you're asking for donations on behalf of others, and people react so well to you. Tell me about your relationship with People to People, Mike.
It's been many years that we've been involved with People to People. We're going back to the Dolores Trieger days, where when we first met her, how can you say no again? And we got involved in doing food drives throughout the county, there's a lot of good things that come out of these food drives, Joe. Obviously, we collect the food, and we fill a van, and we collect funds, and that goes to People to People. But we also see it as an opportunity to interact with the community, and we were talking about this before, where the stereotypical bike clubs. People for the first time, many people coming out on a Saturday that are food shopping, come out of your local ShopRite or Stop and Shop, and for the first time are speaking one-on-one with a Nom Night. And they see our bikes, and they see that we are a motorcycle club, and that somewhat starts to break down those barriers that we hope would be broken down, because we are different. We're not a gang. We're a motorcycle club. We're police officers, military veterans, patriots. We're not a gang, and we give back, and we give back because that's who we are. And we're not looking for anything back. So these food drives, we look at a number of opportunities to really benefit both sides of the fence.
Charlie, why People to People for you as president?
Again, I think it goes back to Dolores. Back when we started, I loved that lady. I mean, there wasn't anything that, if she said, let's go, we're gone, we're going to do it. I think also, too, when we do the food collection in Pearl River, the people of Pearl River are so supportive of us. It's just incredible. When we get out there in front of ShopRite, we have like 4-5 guys that do the collecting, and the people that we meet for the first time, we go through what Mike said. We tell them who we are, what we do, and the whole thing, and it's truly amazing how they react to us. I remember this one lady coming out. She's pushing her shopping cart, and the shopping cart was full. She goes and pulls one bag out, and we thought that she was handing us the one bag, but the one bag was hers, and she gave us the whole shopping cart. And she said, "This is for you guys to do what you do because we love what you're doing for the community." And it was just like truly amazing, and we just keep on doing it and supporting, and we just keep growing, obviously, with people to people. And when we hear the staggering numbers that go out there, if somebody doesn't get up to help, somebody's got to do it, you know. So we, we ask everybody to help drop stuff off. I own a business; they can drop stuff off every day, any day they want, and we'll get it to them. We do what we do every day of the year, you know, and it's we try to support and do what we can.
Mike?
And when Dolores handed the baton over to Diane, who is another fabulous lady and really has run with it and has taken it to a level. I mean, she's facing different dynamics that Dolores faced a few years back, and that was underscored in last night's event that we attended, benefiting People to People. But we have maintained a great relationship with People to People, and that is a direct result of people like Dolores Trieger and Diane Sarator.
Well, they can't thank you enough, and I can't thank you enough. And Active International established a relationship with you guys maybe 10 years ago, and we've made the Nam Nights part of the corporate culture, and what we say all the time to other corporations who might be involved in the community, you can do something on your own, but you can do it through these guys, the Nam Nights. And if you do it through the Nam Nights, there's a whole other dynamic other than just writing a check to an organization. You guys are there. You're talking to people endlessly. I just can't imagine how many. No, I do. I see every event you're at. There's always conversation between you and members of the community, and any corporation who's involved in Rockland should be involved with the Nam Nights, because we're all doing the same thing. There's not enough money to go around. There's not enough services. There aren't enough services to go around. The government, in most of our organizations, certainly the ones that I'm involved in, have backed off a little bit. You know, whether you're cutting the SNAP program or cutting long-term unemployment, and coupled with the price of food going up, it makes for a very difficult dynamic for a person who not of means. And you guys are right there. Do you have any long-term goals that you'd like to see happen with the club as far as philanthropy?
Actually, long term, I've been in this for 25 years. How long do we go?
Another 25, I hope.
Yeah, I guess. There you go. Before I get to that, on our website, we have a video that has been professionally done. I think if you see that video, it's also on Facebook. If you see our video, I think it explains a whole lot about not just the Hudson Valley chapter, but the whole organization of who we are, what we do, and you get a clear picture of exactly what gets done.
And what is that website?
It's namnightsmc.org, and we're also on the Hudson Valley on Facebook, Nam Nights Hudson Valley on Facebook.
Okay.
And
what about you, Mike? Long term, where would you like to see the organization go philanthropically?
I think we're in the right direction. I would love to see more members. The requests just don't stop. And the needs don't stop. So we're in the right direction. I think if you asked Jack Quigley 25 years ago, long term, where would you want to go? I don't think he ever imagined that what was it, 7 guys, Charlie?
Yeah, the
13 guys, 12 guys, that they ever imagined that 25 years later we'd have 58 chapters, 1,000 Nam Nights from Canada to Florida. We don't want to put ourselves in a box. I mean, we want to, just keep all of our options open and shoot for the stars.
What we've just done is we've teamed up with the American Legion Post, the Leo Ladders Post, number 130. up in Thiels, New York. They're actually sharing their home with us. We actually call that our home right now. So after all of these years of being a chapter and, say, homeless, we've met in different various places, my garage, above bars, in rooms, veterans halls, whoever would accept us to have our meetings and stuff. But for right now, we have moved into the Leo Ladders post. And the commander up there, Don Joachim, and all of the members there have open arms for us, and that is a big step for us. Actually, a place that we can say is our home. If you need to drop stuff off, we can bring it right to the American Legion post. Our signs will be up soon, directing everybody. Just follow either ours or the American Legion post, and it'll bring you right there. And I think that's the start. Now that we'll have a home, maybe membership, law enforcement, and military will grow.
And let me just echo, sorry, Joe, let me just echo what Charlie was saying. This is a very exciting time for the Hudson Valley chapter, in light of the fact that for the first time we now have a clubhouse to call our own. And we'd like to take this opportunity to thank Leo Ladders American Legion, Post 130, for welcoming us and opening their doors in a way that they have really, truly made us feel welcome. That being said, we are inviting the public to a housewarming party, a picnic, if you will, on Sunday, June 29th. That's the same weekend as our Military Appreciation Night at Provident Bank Park. So that Sunday, June 29th, from 12 noon to 5, we will be having a housewarming party at our clubhouse, and the public is welcome.
Well, you know, there is nothing in Rockland County like the Nom Nights. And for those of us who know you and know what you're all about, we are proud to serve this community alongside you. I've never met anyone like you guys, and for those folks out there who don't know the Nom Nights, I urge you to check their website, look them up, see who they are. They are stalwarts of our community and very special people as well, and they've become very good friends of every nonprofit that I'm involved in, and on a personal note, good friends of mine as well. And I'd like to thank you, Mike Greco, and you, Charlie Marshart, for being part of this show today, and I appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Joe. And just lastly, I just want to add, thank you so much for always being there for us, you and Stu and the folks over at Active International, because we couldn't do what we do without the support of people like you and Active, and we truly appreciate it, and we value our friendship with you.
There you go. Can we sneak a call in? Okay. Caller, come on in.
Good morning. This is a question for Greg. Is Greg there?
No. It's
okay.
Joe.
Well, I know he's a part of the Num Night.
Oh, okay.
No, it's Mike. Maybe it's Mike.
Mike, okay.
Mike's here.
I'm sorry, Mike. This is Angela with the Women Veterans Association of Hudson Valley.
Good morning, Angela.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Listen, I just want to inform everyone that on June 19th, the Women Veterans Association of Hudson Valley is taking a trip to Washington, D.C. to visit the Women's Memorial and the World War II Memorial and the Roosevelt Museum. And that will be June 19th. We will be leaving from First Baptist Church in Spring Valley. The cost is $20. And it's open to veterans and the public.
Well, thank you for that.
Thanks, Angela.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate your efforts and your service, okay?
Thank you so very much.
All righty, thanks for the call. And Charlie, thank you for being here today as well.
All right, thanks for having us. It's been great to be here to let the public know a little bit more about the club and what we actually do. We will be out in front of ShopRite soon, so when you see us out there, you know, the food is definitely in need, and let's keep doing what we do.
So on behalf of Mike and Charlie and the rest of the great chapter here in Hudson Valley, this is Joe Allen thanking you for listening in to Giving Matters, and we'll see you next go-round. Bye-bye.
63 degrees, that's all we have. We're expecting a high of